Huh?
Now, if you read the book Perfidy, you know what I'm talking about. And I'm not going to go into all the details. I'm not going to lower myself to start. I think it's called in English bickering. Like, yeah, no. And he's going to say to me the whole book Perfidy is all sheker, and I'm going to say, yeah, it's not sheker. I don't want to go into that. It's definitely. They never said it on me. All these stories about what they did over there, that they didn't want to help save Jews. Now, and what about you know that in the 1948 war, when there was left a small amount of Jews in the old city, they begged, send us tigboret. How do you say, reinforcements, send more soldiers to help us, to protect us, to help us get out of here, get out of the old city. And they didn't want to send them, and they didn't send them ammunition. And they were stuck there in the old city with all the Arabs around until a Rav Mintzberg and a Rav Chazan came out with a white flag to be, how do you say, nichna, to the...
Surrender
to the Jordanian army. And then they were criticized that they gave up. They criticized by the Zionists what they did. What did they do? They were very, very holy Jews, these two Rabbanim. And they cared about Jewish lives. And they knew the only thing, if nobody's coming to help us, if the Jews are not coming to help us, let's surrender to the Arabs and maybe we'll stay alive. That's what they did. And they did stay alive, and they probably saved the Jews over there. So what are you talking about? About a safe place? From when on did Zionists care about Jewish lives? You know that in one of the last wars, in the Lebanon wars, that what's his name, Omar, he just in the last day of that war, he just sent out soldiers to keep fighting when they were talking about the ceasefire already, and then 10, 15 soldiers were killed for nothing, and they care about Jewish lives. And again, I'm makir tova to the army that they protect us. But I'm not talking about the army. I'm talking about the leaders, what they had in their head, Zionists, when Zionism came to the world, what they had in their head. And again, and what did they do when the Medina started? I mean, you don't know all these things. How they schmatted up the children that came Yaldei Tehran. They came from children that survived the Holocaust. When they came here, they sent them all to be schmatted up in the kibbutzim. And what they did to the Taimanim when they came, how they schmatted them up. So what are you talking about that Zionism is Judaism? I'm the ridiculous one, or you're the ridiculous one? And we all know that Chaim Brisker said that it's not that they wanted to make a Medina, and in order to make a Medina, they were Oker Torah. They wanted to be Oker the Torah. In order to be Oker the Torah, they made a Medina. So good, it's deep, or the thought of Rab Chaim Brisker, who could be Ahmed on his side. But he understood good. Now, if this PSOL wants to argue on Rab Chaim Brisker, go argue. But I don't think you can argue if you have time to look in the tzig and to send comments. It seems to me that you're not under madriga to argue on what Rab Chaim Brisker said. And even though it's deep, but it's not hard to believe what he said if you know what went on. Now, I'm malamed schus on that PSOL, that he just wanted to be mitgaireh with me. How do you say that in English? To tease me, maybe? There must be a better word than that. He just wanted to say something to just get me upset. I said it so dramatically last time. The definition I gave to Zionism, so he had to say it the other way. But I don't think he himself really believes what he says. It's very hard for me to believe that a Yid, and he knows how to use words like Hakaras Hadov and Kedoshim, he knows how to use these words, that he must have said that he could say such a thing. Zionism is Judaism. Now, what was wrong when dehan, I'm going to say something now which is not going to be understood. I'm going to say it anyway, just to put it out in the air. But it's not going to be understood. Those kind of people that have time to watch the tzig, it's unlikely they're going to understand what I'm about to say now. Dehan, they was asking for the Yadus HaCharedis for 80 years ago. So he went in the shlichus of Rabbi Yosef Chaim Zonnenfeld, or it could be Rabbi Yosef Chaim himself went with him maybe, to the Jordanian king, Abdallah, I think his name was. And they said to him, we're in peace with you. You can rule over this country. It's all right with us. Just let us keep Torah and mitzvahs and everything else you could do. And he heard them. He was very nice to them. And he said, okay, yeah, oh, very good. Exactly what they said over there, I don't know. And don't start arguing with me. Did he say this? Did he say that? Did this like that? And where? And then what kind of tent he was married? Was it in the desert or was it in the city? I think it was in the desert. And I don't know exactly on what they ate over there. I'm sure over there in that internet world, there are people that are going to start arguing over there that they didn't eat, or they did eat, or they drank tea, or they didn't. I've seen that people can go down to that level also. Did they drink tea by him or didn't they drink tea by him? I would think that they did drink tea by him, yeah, because I don't think there's bishul akum on tea. And I think it's mutter to drink. The kalim were maybe treif, and paper cups they didn't have in those days. Oh, that's a good question. So maybe they taka didn't drink tea. Okay, but let's not go down to that. They went to meet the king Abdallah, and he said, "Oh, very good, yeah. Just let me," or the other way maybe. He said to them, "Just let me. You can do what you want. You can live or you can be from a Yidden. Just don't make a state." So they said, "We agree with you. We're with you." They said, Rabbi Yosef Chaim Zonnenfeld instructed him to say that. And I think he was there. Was he there with him?
I don't know.
No. Well, they're going to start arguing with us. We better get our facts straight. But I don't know. I really don't know. But I think he was there. So what happened then to this dehan? They shot him. The Zionists shot him near the old Shaarei Tzedek as he was coming out from Marav. Now, what was wrong? What was wrong with their plan? It could have been a safe place. We would have lived under Abdallah, and you know what would have happened? Slowly, we would open up our own offices and our own businesses and own everything, and we'll give him covered. As an Arab, as long as you give him cover, they'll let you do what you want. Now, nobody's going to understand what I'm saying over here. What? You're going to live under Arab king? Oy vey. How could it be such a thing? Now, of course, nowadays, we know now that Arabs are not human beings, on the other hand. But who cares? I don't care if a monkey rules over me if he knows how to rule. I don't care to live under a robot if a robot could rule. I care. I'm interested in my Dalit Amos over here. I have my shwarm, I have my food, and I have my children, my grandchildren. What more do I need? I care who rules over here. Somebody once, I was on the bus, there's some idiot, he says to me, the American Jews are stupid. They live under Goyim. Why should they live under Goyim? Why shouldn't they live under Jews? I told him, we live under Jews, we live under Goyim over here also. And second of all, what do I care who I live under? What do I care? What does that have to do with me? It's again the mistake of not understanding what Golus is. Golus is living bekanfei Shechina, fros aleinu sukas somer. That's all. We don't have anything. You see, by Sukkah, the whole Indian of Sukkah is to go out into Golus, go out of your house and go into the Sukkah. And that's called the Kanfei HaShechina. And Hashem wants that that's how we should live in Golus. And if we think about it, we'll see it's very deep in Yonim. Now, what happened then to Dehan? He was killed by the Zionists because he didn't agree with their idea. Now, I know that some people are going to start writing letters and comments. Dehan, what are you bringing him? He was a homosexual. What are you bringing from him? I know everything is known nowadays. There are no secrets anymore. What? Again,
he was a Baal Tshuva.
It's not my business what he was in his private life. I don't care what he was. I don't care what Averis he did. And I don't care if he was Machal Shabbos. And I don't care about anything. He was going with the Hadracha of Rabbi Yosef Chaim Zonnenfeld, which was a Kadosh Elyon, which was the true Das Torah in Yerushalayim. And that's all that I care about. And he was going in his shlichus. What he did in his private life, I don't care. And now, and I know that you people are not going to understand me, but this Baruch Hashem, I can send this out to there, even though it's not my world. Okay, I think I said everything I have to say. And I'm sure that BSOL, he's going to change his whole outlook and his whole opinion because he's a straight person. He's a miyushiv in his das. I saw how he analyzed in the beginning what I said. He said, you said a definition and then you attacked it. So he understands what I did. So now that he heard everything I said, so he's going to change his opinion. And we all agree. Shalom al Yisrael. Good night.
Thank you very much, Rabbi Kaplan.